we really, from what I've gathered today, that despite the death of the person and the corpse still in the church, that they continue with the service. Clearly on African, a bit strange that somebody will have died in your premise, and you carry on as if nothing has happened.
A fẹ́ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu lọ́ọ̀yà báyìí. Lawyer's analysis and the visitation to the crime scene with an interview with Dogo's family. Lawyer nínú àwọn àlàyé tí wọ́n ṣe àwọn àlàyé lọ́pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ. Wọ́n fi ojú ọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n fi léde. Kì wá ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ lásán ni wọ́n sọ, wọ́n gbéra ni. Kò ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé wọ́n pèèyàn lórí fóònù pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ yẹn kọ́. Wọ́n dira, wọ́n kó kambú sẹ́sẹ̀, wọ́n wá gba àjà lọ ní ìrà ńlá níbi tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀. Wọ́n lọ mójú ajé, wọ́n lọ fi konísọ̀ torí pé wọ́n ti lọ sí station. Wọ́n gbọ́ nǹkan tí àwọn station bá wọn sọ. Àwọn náà dẹ̀ ní àwọn béèrè táwọn náà béèrè lọ́hùn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ gba yìí sí wọn. Àmọ́ ibẹ̀ nìkan kọ́ ni ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn dé dúró mọ́. Àwọn náà wá kúkú dé, wọ́n lọ ọ̀hún, wọ́n lọ mójú ajé konísọ̀, wọ́n lọ wá ẹ̀rí kún ẹ̀rí. Wọ́n tún lọ ṣe àkójọpọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ míì tó tún ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ikú Dogo yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ á lọ gbọ́ fọ́nrán. Mo ní fídíò tí mo fẹ́ play fún yín níbi tí ẹ ti máa gbọ́ ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé lẹ́nu lọ́ọ̀yà Ògúnlànà tí wọ́n jẹ́ agbẹjọ́rò ẹbí Dogo. Ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ nínú ẹ̀, àmọ́ ẹ ní ìdá tí jókòó kẹ́ ẹ máa tẹ̀lé agbẹjọ́rò Ògúnlànà bí wọ́n bá ṣe mú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn jáde wá lé ìkọ̀kan èjì. Ẹ jẹ́ á darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn o, ká gbọ́ àlàyé ní kúkún lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ lẹ́nu wọn. Kí lohun tí wọ́n bá lọ, kí lohun tí wọ́n mú bọ̀, ó ti yá.
My name is Ogunlana Adesina, legal practitioner, former chairman NBA Ikeja branch. I'm a lawyer. I've been retained by the family of the late Ile-ijọsin called Dogo. We are at the place where his death or homicide, as we say in law, has occurred. And we want to see things for ourselves and not just mere speculation. This is the church. It's called, what's this area called now? Iranla Aja. And so I've come and I was shown the place where they said the sockaway that they said he was trying to evacuate and that his dead body was found inside. This is the entire length of the depth of this thing. And the visit became necessary to avoid less speculation and more facts. I've been to the police headquarters, SCID, Manti, 2 days ago to meet the IPO of the case of D4, a gentleman, an officer called Superintendent of Police Jafar. And I met with him, with the members of the family of the deceased, and as well as a colleague in chambers. My interaction was with the police officer was polite and gave insight into what the authorities believe must have happened. Even though there, in my opinion as a lawyer, there were some gaps in the stories. The police has done well in their investigation in arresting some people. They even brought one suspect out because we were told that some people liberated, quote unquote, the cow of this particular church that are going to do an harvest, and some people stormed this place upon receiving broadcasts from certain journalists that the late Ile-ijọsin, popularly called Dogo because of his height, that he had been murdered ritualistically, and that his eyes were removed and all that, and the private parts were removed. And so that report, according to the police officer, incited people, a mob, to descend on this particular church and the congregation, and they destroyed a lot of things. According to the police officer, they committed arson, and that the cow that had been tethered on the grounds of the place was set free and butchered somewhere, and some people came claiming to be families of Dogo, and they said they will have to sell the cow for the purpose of what do you say, of now raising funds so as to support the family. The two children is left behind. According to the police officer, he said that nobody could precisely say how Dogo got into this sewage, and that when an alarm was raised, that there was somebody inside, that another member of the church, an assistant shepherd, tried to rescue him, and he too fell into this ditch. The family was wondering how two people could have fallen into this ditch. In addition that a ladder was said to have been inserted in for the man to descend into it. And according to the officer I spoke with, that assistant shepherd was rescued was taken out of the place with Dogo, but at the hospital Dogo was confirmed dead, while the assistant pastor trying to rescue him is still in the hospital, and has not been too easy speaking with him. He was very concerned about the effect of wrong broadcast, inciting broadcast. So, well, as it is, we decided to, the family is not convinced that murder has not taken place. They don't believe that their brother, who is quite a veteran plumber and sewage cleaner, will just die like that, because nobody actually, there's no witness that have come up now to say he saw Dogo descending to the thing. And the only that we had, according to the police, that there was a cry that somebody had fallen there. And then the person who reportedly followed Dogo to this place carrying a pumping machine, the person too has not been located. That person has not been located. And then the children of Dogo who were with him in the night when a message came to him bringing him out, those children are not to be seen too. One has been taken to Kano, and then the other one is still with the mother. The mother has refused to release the person. We cannot even see the mother. She's afraid and concerned that. And then the phone. It seems there's a phone call. If it was not physically summoned by a person, then that means there should be a call. His phone cannot be located too. One of his neighbors who followed me to the police station that day, Mr. Peter, he said it was around 4 in the morning that a message came to him that something happened to Dogo. He should come up and identify and all that. And he came up, and he had to go back around 6 again, and then they saw Dogo lying. Is it in the church here? It was like, where did they put his body? This is where it was laid. It was laid here. Oh, this is where it was laid. This is where the picture was taken. Yes. The picture you showed to me. Okay. I saw a picture of where blood appeared to be coming from the nostrils of the deceased now, Ile-ijọsin, and his clothes appear torn. Maybe it's not a case of a ritual murder, but the question is that how did he die? That's the salient issue. How did he die? This is a fairly small church. It's not even as large as one was thinking. So if the man is walking here and there's a church service going on at night, as he said, it happened, it will be a surprise that not many people are aware that somebody is working. Did he suffer a fit? Did he collapse? Well, another thing one could say to the credit of the police, that efforts have been made to make arrangements for pathology of the person. Forms have been filled, and the family has been invited. Only a date has not been fixed for the pathology, but they are willing to do it and that the family should be there too. The family is arranging to get an independent pathologist, and I'm very sure the police will have no basis, will not oppose it, and will have no basis to oppose getting an independent pathologist to be present, apart from the government pathologist that will do it. Life is very crucial, important in Nigeria, even though it will appear that it's being taken very cheaply and treated shabbily. It's a surprise. And the man, according to his brother, his family member, was quite a healthy person, was not sick as at the time of his death. So the question is this: was this person, how did he die? That's the main question. And it's too early and too hasty for anyone, including the police, to conclude that from what we have seen and what we have gathered, that it was just an accident. There should be more explanation, and that is why we are here, even as counsel, as lawyers, not just to stay in the comfort of our chambers and to be drawing conclusion or be attacking police or be attacking the church. You know, that's not the purpose. It's to help the effort, because it could happen to anybody. It could happen to anybody, anybody, whether you are rich, whether you are poor, whether you're a female or you are a man. It could happen to anybody. So life is very, very, very sacred, and that's why we're here. And we'll still go and do more digging up to assist the police and to ensure that justice is done to everybody, including the late deceased, who has left 2 children and a wife. That's the breadwinner of the family. Kept
through.
Yeah.
So they broke this back. Oh.
I was taken to the back here. I gathered upon my visit here that actually the people, the authorities of the church and the members were not willing to disclose to the members of the family and sympathizers what actually happened when the people came in the morning, because the information given to the members of the family, including Mr. Peter here, was that when it happened, the man has been taken to the mortuary. All along, the man was not in the mortuary, in any mortuary. In fact, according to Peter, he actually went to Safeway Hospital or wherever, only for those people to say there was nothing like that. And it was while the people are gathered outside, the church members and the leaders of the church, according to what we're informed now, escaped through the back. People thought they are still in the church. Only when people enter the church and they find out that there is the wall has been broken, clearly broken, and then through something mashy, you can come closer, mashy place, and I can see a red cloth somewhere. I wouldn't know what the red cloth is, but it is a wall, and I could still see some footsteps of people beating through the bush to go away. Okay, I can see a calabash too. It looks like a fetish object, but clearly it's not. And this is a freshly broken wall. This is another freshly broken place. It's a different. It's just like a woodland. We don't know who the owner is. It's not part of the church. It's not part of the church. It's quite a really serious. There's still a lot of mystery about what happened to Dogo Ijọsin. Ijọsin. We really, from what I've gathered today, that despite the death of the person and the corpse still in the church, that they continue with the service. Clearly on African, a bit strange that somebody will have died in your premise, and you carry on as if nothing has happened. In fact, a tribal coloration was read into it, that because the fellow that died is not an indigenous of the land, it's not a Yoruba person, probably not so educated. That's why it was treated so shabbily, and the people got very annoyed. We are just saying that the authorities should actually intensify their investigation and not come to an early and easy assumption that there was no hanky-panky in the death of Amos. Clearly, Amos Johnson, clearly there's a death. But to rule it out as just to confirm that it's really an accident will be quite unprofessional and will not be right. Too many unanswered questions. This is the residence of Amos. Quite. This is quite some place. Waterlogged. Quite waterlogged, and this is where he stayed with his 2 children and his neighbors. We are going to his room, his apartment. Is this where he stays? This is his room. This is locked now. Yes, we are here. Okay. This is like a sitting room or whatever for him, but this is his main room. Where's your own house, please? You are his neighbor. The other side. Okay. Please, let's go in. Right. This is the room of the. Okay. We are in the room of the late Ajeji, alias Dogo. This is where his humble abode, where he stays with his children, 2 children. We understand his family. His wife does not stay with him, but he stays. Do you have any picture of this here? Oh, this is you.
This one, let's see.
All his pictures.
Yes.
Yeah. This is humble abode.
Is this the son?
Yes, that's his primary.
Okay.
Okay. It's a pity.
Excellent. Academic performance, excellence, conduct, distinction, general remarks, well-being, and advocacy.
Well, it's a pity. It's a pity.
tó fídíò tí mò ń ṣàfihàn ẹ̀ fún yín yẹn agbẹjọ́rò barrister Ògúnlànà tí wọ́n gbà fún ẹbí àwọn Dogo òun ni ẹ̀ ń rí tí wọ́n ṣe àwọn àlàyé tí wọ́n dẹ̀ mú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ jáde kẹ́ máa bá mi di àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn o kẹ́ dẹ̀ máa bá mi fi sínú ìwé ìrántí. Ibi tẹ́ rí tí wọ́n wọ̀ lọ yìí ibẹ̀ náà ni Dogo fi ṣe ibùdó tó tẹ̀dó sí tó ń gbé àtòun àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ wọ́n jẹ́ ká mọ̀ wípé ìyàwó ò bá gbé. Lẹ́yìn eléyìí ìyànnàná sì ń bẹ fún yín tẹ́ máa gbọ́ àmọ́ ẹja tẹ̀síwájú náà ká bá lọ́ọ̀yà ìdílẹ̀ ká gbọ́n tí wọ́n fẹ́ sọ ó ti yá.
This is humble abode.
So this is where they came to knock the door to call him.
No, they came
To call him according to.
no to
Okay,
according to the church. They came to call him. We couldn't locate his phone. Nothing. Have you tried to call the number? Did they ask you for the number of this of Dogo, the police, in your statement to the police? They didn't ask. They didn't investigate that. It's important for them to investigate because, as at given from what I've been told by the IPO, it's just somebody unknown who was said to have invited Dogo to the church, and that Dogo is not an unknown person, was not a stranger, and so. But there should have been a contact. Did somebody come over here that night to summon him out, or somebody called him? I mean, there's a need to know who was the last caller or callers to Dogo, and for investigation purposes.
Can we bring out the cloth that
Yes, yes, the cloth that he wore on the day of his death.
Yes.
Oh, that you said maybe it was torn.
Yeah.
Let's see it, please.
They said somebody followed him. Do you know anybody that usually follow him to go and walk?
You mean Dogo to walk?
To go and walk?
No.
Let's see. Let's spread it out here, please. This is the cloth you wore that day.
Yes, sir.
Is it the trouser?
The trouser and shirt.
The trouser and the shirt.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this is important. This is important. Was it covered with mud?
No.
Let's see.
There's no more.
Where did you get this cloth? In the morgue, in the mortuary?
From the mortuary.
They gave you.
They give me, I collect it, I pay money first before they give me.
Oh,
You pay to collect money from.
yes.
Okay. Collect his clothes.
No, let's. I want to see the full length of the
The trousers.
Of the
see
trousers.
length, yeah.
Not just broken.
no here
Put it
here.
on the. Spread it out there.
Yes. I want to see whether there's mud. Lord. Please leave the place. Leave the place. Let's see the cloth. And why is it torn like this? Does it normally dress like this?
No. Look at
The
the neck.
shirt is okay.
That's the neck.
That's the shirt you normally use for work.
For work. Why is it so tattered like this? Is it no? Normally, is it this tattered? When it,
No.
it's full,
It's
Yes,
full
sir.
complete.
full.
Complete.
Who tore it like this?
We don't know.
You don't know. That's how we.
That's
left it in
how
this
we
month.
saw it
On his body.
Yes, sir.
Please film this and take pictures too. It's important, even for the pathology.
Absolutely.
Even for the pathology, it's important.
Thanks for the wisdom of paying
Yes,
to collect it.
to collect it. The police didn't bother about all this, did they?
No.
Like this dirty on the cloth is because
It's
they
because of
we
the
tie it
squeeze
inside
it.
the line.
Okay.
There was no dirty at all.
But what about the? I'm particular about the. Who tore it like this?
Honestly, that's what we can't tell.
Can't tell.
Is it not a sign that there was a struggle? Is it not a sign that there was a struggle? But this the man they call Dogo must have been a tall man. When they call you Dogo from the northern part of the country, that's it.
Yes, it's all.
You are tall. So for this. This is quite interesting. That's the boxer?
Yes, sir.
Ah. Ah. It was torn. This also torn. And why is it so this dark spot? Okay, put it there. Peter, what's your name, please?
Peter Korea.
Kuriabu. I was with him at D4 when we went to see Supo Gafar of D4 at Panti, SID Panti, and it was kind enough to bring me here for me to see things so that we know things for ourselves. And what's your name, madam? Taiwo. Yes, Taiwo is with me. She's a neighbor too, and she's told me a bit of what happened. The little, you know, that he had noises around 4 in the morning, but she had to go to school. And so in the morning when she was going to school, she still saw some people, but she had to go. She was in school that she was informed that actually some tragedy had happened in her neighborhood, not even knowing that it's in their own very house that the person who died died. And I asked her, who is Dogo? I said, very healthy person, very healthy person. That's how you describe the person. It was a shock. And we asked whether the police had come to even investigate or interact with them as to this, since they are the immediate neighbors, and this is the house where he left the last time he was. This place is left last. She is empty land, sha. Ordinary dry land, sha. It's dry land.
It's muddy.
So this is your own apartment. So this is where they came to knock and call you, Abi.
The late Dogo's residence. And like I said earlier, 2 of his neighbors, immediate neighbors, we met them this afternoon. It's so swampy a place. They have to use a kind of, what do you call it, mini bridge now? Improvised bridge to enter.
Wooden bridge.
tó ẹ mọ̀ káàbọ̀ padà o kẹ́ ẹ bá lè mọ̀ irú èèyàn tí Dogo jẹ́ wípé mẹ̀kúnnù ọlọ́run ni ẹ wo inú ibi tí Dogo gbé pẹ̀lú ọmọ méjì, ẹ wo bómi ṣe yí wọn ká nínú ilé àkọ́kù tí wọ́n fara sí, tí wọ́n ṣe àtúnṣe àwọn ọba bí tí wọ́n fẹ́ pè láàyè tí wọ́n, ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n wọ̀sùn, ibẹ̀ ló ti ń jí jáde láràárọ̀, ibẹ̀ náà ló ti jáde lórúgànjọ́ níjọ́ tí wọ́n ló lọ ṣiṣẹ́ ní ilé ìjọsìn yìí. Ńlá ṣe mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ mo fọ́nrán yẹn wá lára àwọn ìwádìí tá a ṣe ni ìgbé kẹ́yìn fúnra yín ó lè mọ̀ bí bàbá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Dogo, báwo ni Dogo gan ṣe jẹ́ mẹ̀kúnnù ọlọ́run lásán ni tó jẹ́ pé from hand to mouth ni kóhun ó tó jẹ káwọn ọmọ méjì tó wà lákàtà ẹ̀ kí wọ́n ó tó jẹ. tó Dogo ti kú báyìí, báwo nìgbésí ayé àwọn ọmọ méjèèjì ṣe fẹ́ rí?